Your syllabus says one thing, but what happens when students actually hit submit? Let's dive into the messy world of AI in higher ed. Are your professors for or against you using AI on classwork?
I'd honestly say it's 50-50. For some assignments, we're required to use AI, whereas others are like, do not use it.
I'd say they encourage it as long as you admit it and cite it and use it in proper ways.
It kind of depends on the class. I have a few classes where they say like, no AI, it's terrible. But I also have my Mat Lab, in which just last week I had to use AI to generate a photo of myself in front of a UF landmark. And it's kind of an interesting, dichotomy almost, to see like some are super negative and then some are like, yeah, you're going to use this. We know that there's no really way we can stop you, so we might as well teach you how to use it as a tool.
All of my classes are against the use of AI because they're mostly writing and research based.
I'm currently taking signals and systems where the professors are encouraging you to use AI, but redo the assignment without it so that you can compare and see kind of the differences and the shortcomings that AI has.
I've got a half and half split. Some of them are like, don't even check your grammar with AI, and the other half of them are like, learn to use it. You're going to use it anyway. You might as well figure out how to use it now in a constructive setting.
I'm a history major, so in the history department, a lot of people or a lot of teachers are trying to get students not to only research using AI or use AI to write papers and things. So a lot of my teachers are very, very anti anyone using AI in the classroom.
It is very dependent. I know one of our professors does actually recommend that we use AI to kind of help guide us through thought processes.
Do you feel like generally, are you learning with AI, or is it kind of just helping you get through your classes?
I'd say learning. I would like to use it for ways to help me better explain things rather than it just giving me answers and not understanding what that means.
I try to make sure that I'm learning whenever I do have to use it. I think that it becomes a problem when you're not getting anything from, if you're just taking a picture of your assignment and then just plugging it into some AI, then that is just not beneficial for you. And just plugging and chugging until you can get a piece of paper is not really going to prepare you for the real world.
I think it helps me get by if I don't know the material 100%. I go to AI for assistance, and they help me form study guides and stuff. But when it comes to some things, it would be helpful to have some professors help me with it instead of going to an online source.
I use it for synthesis, so usually papers or immediate research that I need to kind of kickstart. I find it's a good place to bounce off of, for the most part, for projects and ideas and things like that.
If the only thing you go about doing in your class is just saying, I'm going to plug this in AI, I'm going to use that, and that's all I'm going to do here, yeah, there's a chance it can help you get by. Okay. And you'll come out of that just thinking okay, I feel like I haven't really learned much, and I feel like I'm not really doing much. But I've also had examples in the past where it's I'll go into an exam, right, and I'll feel oh man, I don't have a lot of knowledge on what I'm supposed to do here. Let me go and do a quick overview. I remember I plugged in some lecture notes into AI, and I had it give me back, break down all the core concepts. One of my favorite things to do is explain this to me like I'm 5. Okay. And it'll take something super complex like fugacity, and it'll break it down to you like you're a 5-year-old. And honestly, doing that helped me to be okay, now I understand this concept a lot better. How do I apply myself so I can actually get my tasks done?
There's classes that I'm just trying to get through because I don't want to think about, and I probably use it sometimes just to get through those classes. Yeah. But then there's I've had law texts that I've put into AI and had it help me understand what I'm reading, and so it's really just like any other tool. It's how you use it.
So would you say out of the three, let's say for assignments, for studying, or for reviewing, which do you use it the most for?
Definitely for reviewing.
Studying. Actually, I made a whole practice exam. AI did this all for me.
I do that too.
So I'm able to study and then make sure, and then it prepares me for questions that come at me.
My strategy is usually I'll do the assignment fully, and then I'll have AI come in just oh, this is what you messed up, this is what you need to fix. Oh, okay. So then I learn from that, I figure out what to do next time, and then I can be better prepared for the next assignment.
I'd say learning and reviewing. I like it to give me example questions for exams and maybe set me up to help do it, but not rather just give me answers so that I don't know what I'm learning from it.
I use it strictly for studying, creating study guides based on the content I need to learn. And if I'm using it on assignments, it's only to do the citations the right way, or even just start brainstorming.
Honestly, right now I use it a lot for research.
Okay.
And I've been advised of like you can use it to like figure out, like I do a lot of process design. So if you're stuck at any point in your process, you plug something into AI when you're about to run experiments, and then it can kind of guide you.
Probably studying and reviewing, and then I really like it for adding commas.
Really, to correct grammar?
Yeah, I use it. All of my like discussion posts, I always just throw it in like chat or something, and it will just do all my little like grammar edits for me, so I don't have to do the proofreading on anything.
Where do you draw the line with cheating using AI?
I think when you start using AI not as a tool, but as something that actually does the work for you, that's where you should draw the line for cheating, which I think that's a hard line to put somewhere. But when you're using AI to generate complete assignments for you or completely researching an assignment for you, I think that's where you should draw the line for cheating.
I view it as cheating if they say do not use it, but so many of my assignments do require me to use it, so I feel like I have to. And then sometimes if I'm like asking for a certain response and I don't get it from a person, then I think like as long as I'm not using it to formulate like my answers and I'm just using it to like get a deeper knowledge of something, I don't think it's cheating.
I feel like you shouldn't use it to cheat, especially because you're not learning from it, and it's against the honor code, really.
It becomes cheating when the AI is just doing the whole assignment for you and you're not getting anything out of it. If you're just letting AI or ChatGPT just be your brain and you're not actually, doing anything, you're not learning anything, you're not becoming a more educated person, then it becomes cheating because, what's the point of going to college if you're not going to learn anything? You're just having anybody else do anything for you.
I do think it can be seen as cheating because we're here to get an education and learn to do things by ourselves. And even though AI is the future, I do think students should learn first how to do things from scratch.
When it stops becoming intellectually your idea,
Okay.
Which is just how do you make that boundary? That I will give professors. I don't really know how you make the boundary for them for cheating, but when you're no longer thinking of the idea, when it's spitting out the whole essay or it's spitting out the whole ideas, you can use it to kind of flesh out your ideas, but you still need to be the base source of whatever the piece is.
A lot of times we'll get an assignment that's you have to have a project that has these requirements that's very easy to plug into a chatbot and then get something usable out of it, but not very good. I think that's a terrible way to learn. I don't think that's a great precedent to set for our standards here at the university.
Is there a class where AI has genuinely made a difference for you?
Yes, so there's a class I have where there's a lot of content that we get quizzed on very regularly. So it would take me more time to actually complete a study guide before actually starting to learn the material, and AI has made a huge difference in the time I spend before studying.
We do a lot of like ID questions, so give you a phrase and you have to be able to define the phrase, and after I've gone through and defined everything, having AI be able to ask me questions about what that is so I can make sure that I actually know the knowledge, that is the best case.
Phase and chemical equilibria. That class was probably one of the most difficult things I've ever gone through.
I took a business law class, and I don't think I would have understood any of it. It explained the number of pages that I would just copy and paste and be like, can you explain this to me? I don't understand. Yeah. And it got me through that class.
Taking a class where it's just like so much reading and and a lot of it's kind of like old, like philosophy, and it's sort of hard to understand at times. So what I'll do is I'll usually, read the whole thing, write down all my notes, try to figure everything, and then I'll ask GPT like, hey, this is what I got from this. Is there anything else that was in this, piece of writing that I missed, or maybe that I should have picked up on, or just, something that's really crucial that I just sort of missed because, the writing style is ye old, English. It's really kind of hard for me in, 2025 to understand what they're talking about at times. So it's just really helpful to, get that extra insight.
Learn more about AI at UF at ai.ufl.edu.